At church this morning, I gave the following testimony.
To the church I said, as you are aware, we are instructed in the New Testament to speak to each other or sing with hymns and spiritual songs and psalms.
Well, I came across a song last week that I wrote a long time ago, in fact 20 years, and sang it live.
To give thanks and celebration to the Lord for his deliverance of me out of deep depression. And when I got news of my brother's conversion from crime to Christ, I sang it live at the Hilton Hotel where the church met in 2000. That was when I got news of my brother's baptism in the prison in the Philippines, and had an occasion last week to send it to several of my friends, both Christian and non-Christian, and have had some responses. William Pollock, the pastor of Christ-centered churches in Baguio City, Philippines, has agreed to translate the song into Tagalog and asked one of his members to sing it, but he wants to change the first two opening sentences as he believes them to be inaccurate and not scriptural. So I've asked him to explain. You see, I make a distinction between regeneration, being born again, the baptism in the Spirit, and being filled with the Spirit, terms that have definite meanings and express different things,
and are not necessarily the same thing.
We have in our Bible studies this past year occasion to discuss some of these things. We have discussed the baptism in the Spirit. John has discussed the book of Ephesians, in which predestination is taught, and was surprised to think that anyone would think that God, before the foundation of the world, chose some people to salvation and not others. And Kevin, the subject of being filled with the Spirit. I have suggested to William, who founded a theological institute in Baguio, that we take this opportunity to discuss these things. And I feel it would be good if Kevin and John and Mike, one of our other elders, or anyone else who feels able to contribute,
to have a discussion on Facebook with him to accurately define and express these things. You see, I think the opening words of my song are accurate and according to Scripture. Such a discussion will lead to a good outcome.
I hate controversy, but we are called to teach the word in season, out of season, all to the glory of God and for the furtherance of the gospel. What do you think? This discussion could take place on Facebook Messenger, and I'm sure this will be one of the good works that we are called and encouraged to do. So, what do you think?